So check this out, y'all. I'm gonna do a reaction to the Oliver McCall and Lennox Lewis. The first fight. This is from SMB Boxing. SMB Boxing, and the first fight, um, Oliver McCall knocked out Lennox Lewis, which was like surprising or upset if that's what you want to call it. But they boxers. But so anyway, just check it out. Just check this out, man. This life lessons right here in boxing. This is life lessons. Check it out.
In 1994,
Here we go.
Oliver McCall scored a major upset when he knocked out Lennox Lewis in the second round to capture the WBC heavyweight title.
This fight is over! It is over! Lewis is incredulous! McCall is celebrating!
In the build-up to a rematch 3 years later for the same belt,
3 years
McCall's
later.
mental state had been questioned following stints in rehab for drug addictions and an arrest for antisocial violence at a hotel less than 2 months before the fight.
Hey, Al. What's antisocial violence? You right. I got Google. I can look that shit up myself. Okay.
McCall was in good physical shape on the night of the fight and clean of drugs after being tested a few days earlier. However, the first sign of what was about to materialize came during his ring entrance when he ran.
So my man, Oliver McCall, he had drug problems and he cleaned up for this fight. I guess that's why it took 3 years. Lennox Lewis out that first. No, standing knockout. They made him start the fight. But anyway, okay, Oliver McCall, y'all. Alright.
And erratically to the ring.
Oh, this is the new gimmick. We will run in and show that we're ready. I told you it'd be different. I expected him to start crying.
Few days earlier. However, the first sign of what was about to materialize came during his ring entrance when he ran erratically to the ring.
Oh, this is the new gimmick. We will run in and show that we're ready. I told you it'd be different. I expected him to start crying.
I don't know if it's erratically. Nervous.
This is the new one.
For the opening 2 rounds, the fight seemed relatively normal, with Lewis having a slight edge after establishing a strong left jab and landing occasional right hands. McCall had some success with his own left jab and looked dangerous when he forced Lewis onto the defensive.
I think one of the difficult things to overcome, sweeping right hand over the top by McCall. Lewis has the reach advantage. Snaps back the head of McCall.
And his jab is much better in this fight.
Lewis returns fire, then they fall in. Good start for Lennox Lewis.
In the third round, McCall offered very little offense and took exaggerated steps back whenever Lewis hit him with clean shots.
McCall is non-factor right now in this third round. Not the case. He just ate another right hand. And now he's trying to be playful.
Lennox got on James. Look at Lennox
throwing it right, losing on points. So he's got to commit himself to his punches.
When the round ended, McCall refused to go back to his corner and instead opted to pace around the ring for the entire 60 seconds.
That's when he started losing.
Stewart and Lennox Lewis plot their
Oliver
strategy.
McCall started losing it, man. Not losing it, but breaking down,
to
man.
his own corner after that third round. What in the world is he doing? Is this more psychological warfare?
You have mercy on that. You don't get disgusted by that. You have mercy on that. That's mental. Your brain is
out to the crowd.
The mind is very powerful. That's the most powerful muscle you have. And my man's was breaking down, man. That don't be disgusted. Cause you don't understand. If you disgusted, you never broke down. But hey, yeah, my man Oliver McCall was breaking down. Once again, y'all, this is SMB Boxing. This is I'm reacting to boxing classic Lennox Lewis versus Oliver McCall part 2. This is the second bout. The first bout, Oliver McCall he beat Lewis, and it was an upset. And so, but my man has issues, drug abuse, and well, I don't know what was that in the hotel. If anybody, what is it? Antisocial violence, something like that. Yeah, antisocial violence. I don't know, but my man. Anyway, okay, check it out. And I know it's some loving people in the world because you'll see.
Tyler, that's got his hands down near his waist, and he's backing into the ropes. I don't know if Lennox Lewis thinks he's playing possum.
Despite McCall looking like a sitting duck, Lewis was hesitant to attack and only occasionally put real force into his punches.
Matter of fact,
I think Lewis.
Stop it right there. For the first of all, Lennox Lewis has a great heart. He wasn't even, he knew something wasn't right. And he refused to punish this man. He could have, been all that. Nah, he had sympathy. Lennox Lewis had sympathy. So I'm sorry. Let's go. Well,
Is as confused as anybody is in this arena.
Well, he almost caught him with that big right hand there.
And now he engages in the fight. Maybe McCall is playing possum.
Midway through the round,
shout out to Lennox Lewis, man.
To ask McCall if he wanted to fight,
man, wait
and
from
then
Britain.
let the fight resume when he nodded his head. However, the same pattern continued, and at the end of the round, McCall circled the ring before breaking down in tears in his corner.
He looks almost like a little kid being punished.
And once again, he's not returning to his own corner. A new twist to the plot. Oliver McCall is now crying.
Won't return to his corner. Don't do this to yourself. Man, get me out of here. Listen to me. Don't do this to yourself.
It was
Get
clear that
me
McCall
out
was
of
having
here.
a nervous breakdown, and when Lewis hit him with a series of punches early in the 5th round,
But Lewis
Lane mercifully stopped the fight.
To engage in a
Lewis,
championship fight.
These people didn't pay to see an execution, something's not
man,
right.
shout out to Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis would not kick that man while he was down. Now at this time, he just it's like slap boxing, and he just want them to stop the fight. He can't stop the fight. If Lennox Lewis stopped the fight, he'd lose it.
That is it. The fight is over. Mills Lane at this point left with no other choice.
While working on this video, we watched 3 different broadcasts of McCall Lewis 2 and feel that George Foreman's sympathetic take on the situation directly after the fight is well worth
Listen
a
to
listen.
George, y'all. Listen to George
This
Foreman.
guy's had a painful life for the last few moments. He's been under counseling for drugs, and believe me, there's a lot of young people in that fix, in the same fix he's in. Someone's going to have to help him.
The last thing he needs in his life is the pressure of boxing right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. The crowd is cheering, and I wanted to just get up there and embrace him and let him know it's going to be okay.
McCall continued to have trouble with drugs and the law for over a decade after the Lewis rematch. But he eventually cleaned up his act and is still an active fighter today at the age of 55. Impressively, especially for a heavyweight, McCall has never been knocked down or knocked out in a 73-fight career that has spanned over 30 years.
I've been through a lot. God was with me all the way, and He's continuing to bring me through everything. So He gets the glory through my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
There's Oliver McCall, a champion again.
And that's the end of my reaction, y'all. You can like and subscribe. That would be great. But definitely subscribe to SMB Boxing. You dig? That's where the video came from. And that was a life lesson. Peace.